was at CAA, and he said that there was this wonderful script written by two great writers who'd written, Mitch Glazer and Michael O'Donoghue, and who knew Saturday Night Live. I mean, these were just two great writers. And so I read it, and then a couple weeks later, I get a call from Ovitz again. He said, listen, I think Bill Murray's going to do it, and he'd like to meet with you. And we had this great cup of coffee, and I'm sure up for this picture. I mean, the script was great, and having met with Bill Murray, there was no two ways about it. I wanted to do it.
Dick Donner came on board. One of the things we loved was that he loved our original script, which is why it ended up being a lot of what was in the movie. He really got a kick out of the original script, and as writers, that's a dream. But he brings huge energy and size and excitement to movies.
They don't make guys like Donner anymore. I mean, he's like this style producer director because, you know, first of all, as a producer, he's got the vision. And as a director, a lot of directors will, you know, they keep their shots to themselves, or they've got a list, or they might confer with their DP. But Donner is very gregarious as a person, and so up-spirited. So he's on the set, waving his arms, going, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Over here, this is what's going to be happening. And when you see this come down, so he describes, so you can envision it because he is, you know, describing, you know, as an impresario and as a director.
Come on, Al, I can do it, you can do it. Ready? Somebody. Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, up. Up, 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 up. That's perfect. That's all you gotta do is that. Brings to the picture, he brought total insanity. He's a solid actor, and as I said, the most important thing is he's totally insane. You know, no one never knew what he was gonna come up with, and you had to be prepared for it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Bill, I probably spent a couple of months saying, would you stop it? Stop it, quit it, cut it out. Because he just constantly, you know, got it. I can't say the words of what he actually did, but he was constantly like going, you know, and so I ended up swearing a lot more and saying, stop it, you're making me swear, and I don't even swear that much.
I think Billy was, you know, so brilliant and so great to work with. He was so mad and so, you know, wonderfully in that character.
Bill Murray's character, Frank Cross, a backstory that in the movie he ends up being
like the new generation, people have seen it before, but suddenly, like, you know, people that are 12 or 13 with like, oh my God, they talk about it like it's a movie that just came out, and so it holds it. So it's constant. It's in rediscovery basically every year.
You know, there have been a few times in my life where I thought, I can't believe they're going to pay me to do this, to say this dialogue, to do these physical comedy pieces, whatever, and definitely Scrooged is one of them.
When you look at this package in the area of humanity, it was a phenomenal cast. They were all interesting people. They were all funny people. I mean, just look at that cast. The Murray brothers. I mean, you know, they should have been the Warner brothers. You were constantly just enraptured with your day of, you know, some pictures you hate when Friday comes around, because you know you're not going to be with these people on Saturday and Sunday. This one I was thrilled because my head couldn't take it anymore. Friday night came around, I was the first one out the door. But not because I was angry, it was just because you were satiated with all this insanity.
Years before this thing actually got made, I was in Jeff Katzenberg's office at Paramount, who was at that time running Paramount. And literally in the course of that meeting, I kept looking at Jeff and going, a modern day Scrooged. This guy is running a studio, doing a wonderful job, but imperious, strong, like, you know, pretty cold, tough. And I said, God, this is a really good idea. I didn't say anything, I left, and I was friends with Michael O'Donoghue, Mitch Glazer, and I went to them and said, look, this is the idea. Do you guys want to do it? They went, yes. They wrote the script.
I knew the story of Christmas Carol, but I never actually read it. I mean, I knew the idea of it and seen versions of the movie. And it was just beautiful. Michael O'Donoghue and I, sat down and tried to figure out what our version of The Meanest Man on Earth would be.
Michael O'Donoghue was one of the great satirists of his generation, you know, and Mitch is a good, solid screenwriter, and the combination between the two of them was really strong.
Michael was head writer on Saturday Night Live, and obviously had dealt with TV producers and executives, and I had been around the show a lot, and so we had the similar references of people that we thought we could kind of take from. But the idea of making him, you know, the youngest TV executive, and seemed to suit, you know, Ebenezer Scrooge, is a guy who wouldn't even think of Christmas, and just, you know, his main concern would be ways to make money off it, and it was a world that we knew. That part was effortless, actually, kind of finding the...
When I got on the picture, Art Linson was one of the producers, or was the producer, and he was nice enough to let me produce it with him, and he and Mitch and Michael had really honed the script down pretty damn well, and obviously a director comes in, you know, has thoughts, and they were very receptive. They would take your suggestion and make it a hell of a lot better than what your thoughts were. But the script was really 99, 44, 100% there. It was a wonderful script.
I didn't see the script for a long time. This script was drifting around. I think they gave it to their agent sent it around the world. As soon as I did see it anyway, I did want to do it. So we spent a lot of time working on it. But the more we worked on the script, the more rotting flesh fell away from it. So we were left with just the skeleton of the script.
It was always supposed to be a comedy. It was always supposed to be a kind of a witty, contemporary, sardonic look at the Christmas, you know, the bah humbug of it all. And, you know, a guy running a network or a guy running a studio, what better bah humbug it could be than that? And so, yes, it was always supposed to be a comedy. I think those guys brought a lot of dark wit to it, and Bill Murray brought an even darker wit to it. So, yeah.
One of those things that you just read it and you feel like you see it and hear it. It's very lucky when that happens. Doesn't happen very, very often.
The hardest part of it was keeping the spirit, the heart, and the soul of Dickens' original thing in our version. So it didn't get lost completely. It didn't end up being just this kind of scary, insane, dark comedy, but it was about something which you know, Dickens gave us, and it was our responsibility to keep it in the movie.
What we were doing was somewhat of a send-up of ourselves, of a send-up of what was once a send-up, and now for there was going to be a parody of a send-up, which we parodied. It was Bill Murray taking us down a road that I've never been down before, and I don't think anybody will ever make another Scrooge like that again.
The thing with John Forsythe was not him. He was a wonderful man. Difficult thing was all the things we had to do to him. We had to break his arm off, and you had to cover him with spider webs, and you could hardly see just through these kind of scrims we put in front of his eyes.
First of all, he was just a great sport, because one of the things we do, wasn't a very pleasant experience as a makeup effect, because he was totally covered up. When you do a full makeup effect, everything, you can have control over the color and everything, but when they open their mouth, you have this pink inside of their mouth, which kind of blows the whole makeup design. So we mixed up food coloring of a green and a black to make it so it'd be just dark. And between every take, John would drink it, gargle, and he'd spit it in a cup, so that when he would talk, it would be totally black. For a no makeup show, it was a very big makeup show.
It was very busy there for about 4 months, I think.
Right.
It's always hard work. You know, if you love making movies, which I do, and you would like it to show up on the film, which I do, that means you got to work as hard as you can with what you have to make it show up. You know, they're always hard. You know, it's 12, 14 hours a day, and hopefully it turns out good and gets on the screen.
When you make a movie, if you're smart, you really, in this case, you surrounded yourself with a bunch of really good actors who made you look good. Then you hire a brilliant production designer who makes you look good. You surround yourself with the best and try and get the best from everybody. And and ask them to be homogenous. There's no departments. Everybody works together. We all sit around. If there's a problem, we think, we talk and come up with solutions.
I got involved in Scrooged through turns out one of my great friends, and that was Richard Donner. He called me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing a remake of A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. He didn't quite tell me what kind of a remake it was, but he was that kind of guy that you kind of got the idea it was. So we started, and I think when he first approached me, we talked. It was evident what we were supposed to be doing with this piece. It was totally irreverent. It was funny. There wasn't anything in particular that we talked about as far as the style was concerned. We were making a movie about a rather dark on each set, to try and go past everything, to try and, we did one thing one way, we had another thing. We had a lot of sets in this movie, so we had to step it up each time, keep the comedy, to do service to the comedy that was on the page and to keep it flowing, keep it going, keep the rhythm going.
We're just adding a little color to make it a little darker, give Bill a little bit different look. Very prestigious. He plays a businessman in this. So what we're doing is we're losing every trace of gray, which there aren't.
He has gray?
There aren't many.
Yeah,
And it's a little darker than his normal color.
It's darker.
Can't you just dye it? So you don't have to do this every day?
Well, we do, but then when we start having regrowth problems, regrowth is when his own color starts coming out. We just do this as like a filler in between.
Yeah. It's a nice look, isn't it? I like to think that I look sort of like an Iranian cable TV host. Yeah, I said to Dick, who's doing the makeup? He said, oh, we got some great people. I said, the Burmans. I said, oh, yeah, what have they done? He said, oh, the face eaters. They're basically their credits. Their specialty is decomposing faces.
But we do them well.
Yes, I've never looked so remarkably composed.
Cujo, bad dog, come in here.
Come here, Will.
Now we just get to the door.
Watch you.
Here and watch Mom and Dad.
Go
Yes.
Boo, boo, good dog, good dog. All right.
Okay, I can hear you.
Good dog.
It's great.
It looks like a beer commercial.
Let's go in.
Okay.
Entertainment.
Don't hit him with a good one.
On the Addams Family, what musical instrument did Lurch play?
Oh,
Look, see, he's there now.
Ooh, Lurch. You know that, don't you?
I don't know.
Violin.
So I'm down like this.
Oh, over his head, really?
Yeah, don't worry.
You'll never get
Trying to do that thing.
Go ahead. I'll see that. Bring it over your head. Go ahead.
Oh, she's gonna kill him. Oh, for you.
Good. Look up, Frankie. Here it comes. One. Now you grab it, Frank. You're going to grab her hand.
Oh, for you.
Pow! All right, let's go back in and shoot it. I think the other thing with the toaster could be you're bent over like this. She said, look, Frank, a toaster. Pow! That's all you got to do, and it's cleaner, and there's nothing dangerous.
So you can shoot right down
look, right, watch, look. Oh,
you can
Frank,
shoot the four squares.
Look, a toaster. You're bent over.
Yeah,
Look,
so you can see
Frank,
the four.
a toaster. One, two,
then you
three.
turn to this and
Pow! Right up.
So you can see both angles?
I'd just rather be on your face right now. Watch. Oh, it's a toaster. One, two, three. Pow! Come on.
You're in jeopardy, huh?
Real jeopardy. She almost killed me in the last scene. And that was just with her hands. This is the Frisbee the Dog Show. This is a show that I was on when I started in television. I went from being the man inside the dog to the producer. The period sideburns, period long hair. But they keep, it gets real hot underneath the head. So they sort of just, so they get sort of slippery, and then when you rip the head off, they go. So you end up looking through the head for a sideburn, as they were doing before. No, this is the handicap assist manager. I don't know what I have to do here. First time I've tried this. I didn't even drink anything yesterday.
Yeah, you said that.
Stand by for a moment.
Like better this way?
Go again.
We used to say, I'll tell him you got hung up, and then I'll see you after the weekend.
But now she says
Now it's the other way around.
No, now she says maybe we ought to maybe not break up. Maybe we shouldn't see each other.
Well, that was always there.
Yeah, no. And then you said, yeah, well, I'll see you after the weekend. And then she said, okay, I'll just tell her that you couldn't make it. Very good. You don't even hear it at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it made different logic sense. It seems like such a. I'll tell you, you got hung up on this. It's not just I'm going to miss you. I'm not going to be there tonight. I'm going to be gone for the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jan always liked that one.
Jan's don't want to lose.
What?
Here we go. Go over the coverage. We got it once like that.
Okay, Chappie? Here we go. Bell, please. Background's coming right through here. You gotta work from the other side. Up there's fine.
I kind of need to see Bill on his mark.
Okay, just one check on your mark, Bill.
Look.
Marlene, sit down.
Here we go, Marlene.
Thanks.
Let's get on your mark once, please.
I think I'll.
Hey, get on your mark, actor. Here we go. Quiet. How's that? Huh?
He's the guy you want next to that camera whenever it's about to roll.
All right, here we go. Ready?
And here we go. We're on a bell. Quiet.
I'll go watch over.
Artist set, please.
Oh, hi. I'm Bill Murray, here on the set of my new film, Scrooge. This is the director, Dick Donner, but he's not SAG. You know, we're awfully excited about Scrooge until Paramount said they were going to change the title. That's why we're telling you in advance to keep your eyes peeled for a big winter hit to be called Truck Stop Boys from Paramount. You know, a lot of people have talked about how much money we're spending, 25 million, 30, 35 million. The actual number is $163 million, and we're proud of that. And also proud because, well, it's all right up here on the screen, as you can see. We've got the best talent that money can buy. Our director, Dick Lethal Donner. Our producers, Dick Donner and Art Untouchable Ensign. And our exec producer, Sidney the Yakuza Pollock. But it's the technical credits that really turn me on. That's why we've got Paramount behind us, to get us the best that money can buy. You know, these guys spare no expense when it comes to getting the best. I know all of you know that. Even the script, the paper that they printed it on, and the kind of typewriters they used, really needs. You know, during my last break, I took a job as an usher at a theater in New York, and I finally appreciate just how hard you guys work. I mean, there are people who walk in and stick gum right underneath the seats. There's popcorn everywhere, and there's casual sex going on all over the theater, not just in the back rows anymore. So before we go any further, I think we should all give ourselves a big, and I mean a gigantic standing O, round of applause for the $7 ticket. Come on. Everybody up. Come on. Come on. Sammy, Eric, Brooke, Billy, get up. Hey, Tommy Moyers, get up. Everybody up. Get your people up. Come on, everybody up. I'm not going to stop, goddammit, until everybody is up. Now get up. Come on. You son of a bitches. Get up, you sons of bitches.